Hey everyone, I really wanted to come on today and just share with you all what is the most important thing. If I could tell you the one thing, you as my clients, you as my friends, you as my audience, that I have seen make the biggest difference in people's lives, it is having a process to get present with yourself. This is the thing that I have seen make the hugest difference. And although I have a method, the embodied living method, that I love to teach, love to share, that I'm super passionate about, I'm also going to be transparent in that the way I work, the way I think about human beings, about life, and about growth is that it really is an individual thing. And while the tools that I have can be so incredibly impactful for many, each and every one of us is going to work out their own way of doing this. But the underlying principle, can I be present to who I am and what is going on, is super important, because one of the things that many of my clients tell me is going on is that they are just trying to get through the day rather than enjoying the day, experiencing the day. There's this tension, there's this pushing down of one's own reality, one's own experience out of awareness, away from my attention, in order to do what I think needs to be done out there. Please, somebody, meet a deadline, blah, blah, blah. The list is endless, right? I'm thinking through clients, show up for work, which is important. Don't get me wrong. Of course, it's important. One of the primary tools that I use is the language of body sensation. Those of you who have followed my work for a little while now, or who know me, know that this has in part come through a long history of the practice of Vipassana meditation as taught by S.N. Goenka, which has a very methodical way of learning to deeply sense what is going on the inside. And many of us don't have this skill. And I personally believe that is a real deficit in our experience of life, because neurobiologically speaking, our body is an instrument that helps us to interpret and understand ourselves and the world, our place in it, etc. Many of you will be familiar with the term intuition. Intuiting relating to tuition, teaching ourselves from the inside. This is not etymologically correct, by the way. I didn't go and look that up. So anyone who's a word nerd, which I am, and who goes and looks that up, please let me know in the comments what the actual roots are. But it was such a cute little turn of phrase that I love, this sense of the body teaching us from the inside, that I truly believe is an experience that is going on. Most of us, as I said, are often just going through, trying to get through the day and pushing all of that out of our awareness. And yet the body will show you. The body refuses. The body tries to communicate with us. And if we're not paying attention, it'll come up in pain. If we keep not paying attention, it'll come up in disease. This is so common to see this. So a couple of other benefits come in when you begin to practice deep sensing, embodied practice, being aware of the body from the inside. And one of them is that it is a meditative practice. You don't have to be going off and doing a 5, 10, 20, 50-minute meditation to experience the pulling into presence that paying attention to your inner world will give you. You can do it in 30 seconds. It's quick. And I did it with a client yesterday in session because some people don't have this skill yet. As I said, I've trained in it for a long time. So to me, it's become almost automatic. And for people to do somatic work, bodily, sensorily informed work in their healing or their growth work, they need to learn, how do I sense my body from the inside? How do I get comfortable with this experience and this process? Not even getting comfortable, just getting familiar with what does it feel like. And I did it with a few clients yesterday, but one of them, some of the language that he used to describe the experience was like, oh, warmth. And I feel like I've been in a place where I've been held and holding myself. And this is so key. When we take the meditation inside to our own experience, there's a real sense of getting a hug almost. you know, which throughout a busy, stressed out day, most of us probably want and need. The key here, one of the other keys here, is that one of the reasons we push those bodily sensations away is that we don't actually have a relationship with them because of the way culture has taught us to be, essentially aspire to be, what's the word, machines, you know, to be machines that don't need rest, that don't need anything like that, to be as productive as possible. We've become conditioned to think that that's what we need to do. So we treat our bodies in this way. And when there is different impulses or feelings communicating something other than that, we think it's a problem. We think it's something wrong. If I don't feel energized and productive and motivated in whatever it is that I'm doing, there's something wrong. I love doing embodiment work because there's nothing wrong with anything. It is as it is. And we, as we get to know that world more and more, get to be more and more skilled at interpreting the information to make decisions. Again, I was speaking with another client who had a lot of PTSD symptoms. And one of the very touching things she said was that the work taught her that from her perspective, her embodied perspective, what she was experiencing was real. It wasn't a, oh, you're overreacting to something. This was real. Her body really believed that something was wrong at this intense level. And when she turned towards herself with that, yes, I hear you, I understand you, she then became able to open up space around the experience and say, it's kind of dialectical opposite. What you're experiencing is 100% real, and it might not be necessary to feel this way if we have enough space to step back from this experience and check out what is going on. So turning inward, turning towards those sensations and making friends with them allows us to experience an ease with our own beings that we might not have otherwise. This ease also, if you see me turning this way, it's because I've prepared some notes. This ease also comes into our spirits as well as our bodies. I've been seeing this in sessions this week, in workshops, that being present to oneself, knowing who you truly are, through the information that your body is giving you, having a system for understanding that makes sense to you, will make the hugest, profoundest difference in how you live your life, because you will be using information that is true and meaningful and real to you to take another action, to make another decision, to start to move in directions, not even just in your life, right? Like that's, yes, ultimately we're looking at that, but just simply in your day. And ultimately, where does our life live? Our life lives within our day-to-day, moment-to-moment experience. If we are present to our body, if we are present to ourselves, we are present to the moment, then we become present to our lives. And the time that we spend here living becomes so much more pleasurable, enjoyable, and deeply meaningful and satisfying. I've really enjoyed speaking with you guys today. And if you have any questions about anything, or you want to engage, or you want to ask questions, I love to hear from you. Please write your comments below. And thank you. If you've watched all the way till this end of it, I'm delighted to connect with you. Thank you so much for giving me the precious gift of your time and attention. And I'm wishing you an embodied, meaningful day and life. Thanks.